And I was like, yep, sounds right to me.
I just have to listen to this video. Save all your good stuff for the fucking podcast.
I can't believe nobody told me this.
It's so good. Okay. Second of all, he did it at Talladega, which has one of my favorite traditions, which is
My man on willpower.
And third of all, after he won, he spent roughly 5 minutes, but it felt like an eternity, trying to figure out how he could ride around the track while hanging out the window.
I want you to keep this in so that people just think.
Carson Hocevar, one of my favorite NASCAR drivers, just
No. I'm editing it out because I
just have to sit here. I just have to sit here and listen to her, listen to her own content. That's how this goes. Every week, I log on to riverside.com and Andrea goes, wait, I just have to watch my own content really quick and then we can film every single week.
Well, I had to make sure that I didn't accidentally, like, where I thought I put the video of him doing a burnout, like, it was actually, like, a video of me snoring or something like that, because, like, that'd be crazy.
I also have that. I always, like, look back and I'm like, did I say anything, like, wildly offensive that I've never said before in my entire life?
Never said in my entire life, but I accidentally blacked out and said in just this moment. Like, dude, every time I make a video, I literally, like, 3 hours later, I'm like, fuck, what if that was, like, literally the time I accidentally recorded myself making fun of everybody that I love in my entire life,
know.
and I accidentally put it online? That would be so bad.
I have that issue. I woke up in a cold sweat the other night thinking that I had put out one of these IndyCar videos that I'm putting out for the month of May with the wrong information in it. And I, like, rose from my sleep like, oh my God, I have to die now.
Embarrassing. That's so embarrassing. No, whenever I put this podcast out and I do have things that I'm supposed to edit out, whether that be, like, logistically, just, like, to ruin the ooh and ah of it. Obviously, when we film this podcast, sometimes I have to edit out the part where, like, I yell at my cats to get off my keyboard, or, like, I said a joke that MJ said, absolutely not a chance. And
yeah,
I, like, wake up sometimes in a cold sweat that I didn't delete that part, and that, like, it's just sitting on YouTube right now and somebody's working on canceling us as we speak.
I also sometimes worry about it, but I don't worry about it enough to listen back to the podcast. So I just hope that someone who regularly listens is nice enough to be like, hey, I don't feel like that should have been in there.
There was one time where we uploaded an episode of Labs Down that had the most, like, fucked up audio you could possibly imagine.
Oh, yeah.
And then I later found out people listened to, like, the whole 3 hours of it in hopes that, like, some of it might be, like, you could piece out what we were saying.
That was funny. That was funny.
I felt really bad about that. Anywho, hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Laps Down podcast. My name is Andrea.
And I'm MJ.
And we are so excited to be back with you guys for another episode. All right. We don't have a packed agenda per se, but we have a fun agenda. And really, what's more important here, you know what I mean? So we're going to start with F1. Obviously, nothing's happening. So we resort to bottom of the barrel stuff. And I actually have some good stuff for you this week. I want to tell you about F1 Crime Story. Can I tell you about that?
Yes.
Okay. So it started off with initially the country of Italy announced that they were going to be investigating every single Formula One driver for tax evasion, because apparently if you play sports in various countries, you're supposed to pay taxes on the money that you earned in each of those countries. And I'm assuming that some of the F1 drivers are not doing that properly. So, like, people started joking of, like, this is Ferrari's bid to win the championship. They were like, don't worry, we can take care of George Russell. They know that he's, like, doing some tax fraud. And they looked at Kimi Antonelli, and there's, like, not a chance that kid knows how to pay taxes properly. So we'll take care of them by putting them in jail. Of the F1 drivers, which of them do you think is most likely to commit tax fraud?
Esteban Ocon.
Is
And
it because he's poor?
no, it's because he's French. And Elio Castroneves.
Oh, yeah, no. There was somebody who tweeted, I wish I could remember who did, because I think we're mutuals. They go, oh, I remember when my friend Elio Castroneves did this.
It's really funny. Oh, God. I love Elio. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe Jack Doohan, too. Those are
Jack
my guesses.
doing, like, they're gonna rent. That'd be so funny if they do this whole investigation and they're like, okay, so weirdly, everybody did pay their taxes properly, except for we did find some shady stuff with Jack doing. Did he even race in Italy? Did he even make it to Italy?
Has he raced? Didn't he race like one race and then they got rid of him? Was that this season? No, it was last season.
Last season, I think it was like they gave him 3 races. I think so. I don't even
something
think he
so
made it
stupid. No,
he didn't pay his
but I could
taxes
see
on
all
his
of
reserve
Haas.
driver.
Right. I could see all of Haas being like, Gene Haas told me I didn't have to pay those.
No, Gene Haas said he had this accountant guy that was going to handle all of it for me.
Yeah.
I don't understand why I have to go to jail. They're like, yeah, so about Gene. No, I'm thinking that those are good names. I'm also thinking, like, I feel like some of them are sophisticated enough to get away with tax fraud. Like, there's no way, like, Max Verstappen pays any dollars in taxes. Like, that man has never paid a tax in his life, but I believe in, like, his accountant to work it out where it's legal somehow.
Mm-hmm.
He has, like, offshore accounts. I think that, like, the people that I would be most suspicious of are, I think Esteban Ocon looks like a guy who would have a bad accountant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Genuinely, I just think all of Haas.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. All of Haas. Okay, the second part of the F1 crime story, I think it's like getting a little bit more into speculation. It sounds like a little too crazy to be true, but there's rumors of one of the F1 drivers is also being investigated for being involved with like this elaborate escort ring. And if you don't know what escorts are, you're very young, and I'm sorry that I have to be the one to explain this to you, but it's like prostitution, but like classier, I guess is the way you would put it. And apparently this driver also allegedly gets high on helium, which I'm like, literally what? Like, I guess like that was just like part of it. They were like, and this person also gets high on helium. I'm like, how would we A, even know that? B, why helium? C, can you even get high off that? Like, is that even possible?
Guess, yeah, it'd be like not to have like a little, we do not condone the use of drugs.
No, yeah.
Kind of like a whippet situation or like a smelling salts where it just cuts off the oxygen to your brain.
Aren't like people doing smelling salts like literally on live television though? Like every hockey game ever? Like,
yeah, but you've watched hockey. You see the immediate consequences of their actions.
You can see the brain cells exiting their ears as they do it.
You've heard them talk.
I think that it must be like they know what drugs would show up on a drug panel if they were to get pulled for an F1, like FIA sanctioned drug test. And they were just like, fuck it, I guess I gotta do helium. Like, that's all I got, really. Like, what's the point of being rich if I'm not doing drugs? As
if they don't have like unlimited, which first of all, 100% more of them are doing drugs than that.
I've always wondered, like, how
fucking for real.
Okay, I would love like a professional athlete to anonymously just come forward and say like, how do all professional athletes pass a drug test? Because you're all like across all sports, they're all doing drugs. Absolutely. Yeah, you don't really hear of them failing drug tests. Is it like a Russian government sanctioned piss switching situation like we had at the Olympics? Like, is that what's happening here?
Maybe they just know like what they test for. Maybe they don't test for cocaine. Cocaine doesn't stay in your system that long. I don't know. I've never done drugs, and we do not condone drug use.
And this is how you know we're not monetized on YouTube, because we're just getting straight into that less than 10 minutes into the episode. So, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, I need like a Reddit ask me anything. If a driver ever does one of those, I'm just gonna be like, be honest, how are you passing the drug test?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe they only test for like certain things, but even then that doesn't, because there have been drivers who I don't know, would love to learn more. Anonymously, if a driver would like to come forward, we would be interested. Another thing I wanted to talk about in the F1 gossipy world. So there was this journalist, I can't remember what publication, but he basically did like this sit-down interview with Lando Norris, and he made it sound like Lando Norris was being held hostage. Did you see this? No.
He's like, I asked Lando Norris about the new regulations. And this like voice came from his cell phone that apparently had been listening to the whole interview that was like, he does not want to talk about that. Move on. He was like, no, I really want to ask him about that. And Lando Norris was like, sorry, I'm not the boss. Like, you know how it is. And he was like, no, I should be able to ask you about the new regulations. And then like
that's like the whole point of your sport.
The omnipresent PR voice was like, move on.
Okay, that's
it's the craziest.
I'm worried about F1. F1's crashing out. I'm worried about you, girl.
Well, just to put a more positive spin on things, they did announce that the Turkey Grand Prix will be returning in 2027 and will be on the calendar for 5 years. I think they were looking at some of those hairlines and they're like, we've got to do something. We've got to figure something out here. I don't know. After the Pierre having to shave his head situation, they were like, it's bad for marketing that they have to do this to get their hair done. Like, we should just make it a stop on the calendar. We can't have them in all the press photos having like shaved heads.
They have to, though. You can't wear a helmet if you have a hair transplant. Have you ever watched the Try Guys episode where he gets a hair transplant?
No.
It's really interesting.
Like, hair transplants, like, kind of crazy how invasive of a surgery it looks like it is. And yet it's like treated like very casually. I'm like, whoa, we're just moving pieces of scalp around? It's like,
if
I don't know, we should do that.
Transplant is involved, I'm already like, whoa, that's a big commitment. No, I love a hair transplant. You guys are all doing great. If you want a hair transplant, get your gender affirming surgery. I support you.
Literally. I think that that's great. Of all the surgeries men can have, I much prefer where I draw the line is like the leg lengthening,
the femur
surgeries.
Extenders.
Those freak me out. Do not do that. I don't like that. Just be short.
It's so
things,
risky.
Please.
There's nothing wrong. Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
you guys are all beautiful. Do whatever you want, but be safe.
Just not that, please. Speaking of surgery recovery, I watch like weirdly a lot of videos on TikTok of women recovering from BBLs. And I had no idea like how much you cannot do after you've had a BBL. You like literally cannot sit on your butt for like like a half a calendar year, it seems like. I'm like, that's like an essential function for me. Like, I have to be able to sit on my ass. Like, I do it all the time.
Dude. Did you see that gal who just got arrested? Can we talk about BBLs for a second? Yeah. She got arrested for injecting cement into people's ass to create the BBL. And what she finally got arrested for was
to create the BBL.
To create the BBL, which isn't even a BBL. It was literally just like lipo injections. But the only reason she got caught is because like she had done it on like hundreds and hundreds of patients, but only like one of them died. And I was like, okay, what she was doing was wrong. Well, like kind of impressive.
Not a bad stat.
But then you see a picture of her. No, I'm not body shaming. No but shame. Her body is like, it's like a 1, and then it's like the largest like oval you've ever seen before. Right. Yeah, anyways, I just saw that on my work account this week, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Good for her, or not good for her.
F1 driver most likely to get a BBL.
Oh.
So we can wrap it back into motorsports.
Oh,
so
easy. I got it. Because now he has a discount code, Lewis Hamilton. He just asked his little girlfriend for one.
His little girlfriend. I would love if you could just start referring to Kim Kardashian as his little girlfriend.
Lewis Hamilton's girlfriend. The third in him and Persephone's relationship.
Why do I feel like there's something so immature to me about a 40-something-year-old man refusing to just like hard launch the fact that he clearly has a girlfriend, and he's like acting like they're just like talking. Like when you're like 40-something, you're not talking anymore. Like you're stepdad to those kids.
I know, that's the thing, is it's like you can't, like the talking stage is crazy when you have like a bunch of kids and also you're like a public celebrity. Do you think it's a PR stunt to kind of get him more on like the Republican side?
But it's like only bad PR.
I know, but like there's like a certain, I don't know, because what would I don't know.
What would this
I don't know what be? I don't know what he's doing, because he used to be so one way and now he's like, I love Ask ROI and Persephone, and I can't even shit without consulting AI first. And I'm like, where did this come from? Are you okay?
Are you okay? Guys, we can't talk about Lewis Hamilton anymore. He's just so upsetting to us. We have to move on.
It's just what happened.
I do have to like laugh a little bit though, because obviously we're like kind of bored with there being no F1 racing. And even before there was F1 racing, but it was at like crazy hours of the night and it was
Still
like
bored.
kind of boring. But I am excited about Miami coming up because I do feel like Miami can sometimes be like a turning point in the season. You know what I mean? Like I remember when like Lando Norris won for the first time, it was like, ooh, okay, that kind of changes things a little bit, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But the F1 subreddit. So sometimes when I'm making notes for this, I'll go back in subreddits to like remember big news because I don't take notes.
Scary business.
And the F1 subreddit is so bored. I'm going to tell you about some of the things that they're currently posting about in the F1 subreddit. They posted about Rexy, the like dinosaur car having a new livery. Yeah.
It has a new livery?
Like, yeah, it's like colored. It looks like it was colored by kids.
Oh.
It's like Chase Elliott's. It's like Chase Elliott's Atlanta car.
Yeah.
It's that vibe, but it still looks like a dinosaur. Anywho, they posted about Ferrari apparently has a boat in some sort of series called Hyper Sail. It's not even Sail GP. I don't know what the fuck this is. And they were like, here's what the Ferrari boat looks like. I'm like, sorry, this is in the F1 subreddit, right? Okay. And then my favorite was right before the episode, I checked one more time. They started posting the big one from Talladega today. But like, how down bad does F1 fans have to be where they're like, hey guys, you want to see the wreck from the NASCAR race today? Like, that's how bored they are.
Oh man, that's funny.
F1, you gotta come back. These people can't take it. I don't know.
You gotta come back and then also be better.
You have to be better. You have to.
You have to. If not for us, then for yourself.
Literally. Okay, do you want to talk about IndyCar?
Yes.
Yes. Assertively. Yes.
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 I've been waiting.
So they announced. Oh, okay. Get a blanket. I'm sorry you're
so
cold.
It's so cold in here. Sorry. Anyways.
So they did post about something exciting that, guys, I'm happy to announce. I think me and MJ are going to be at the right place, right motherfucking time, okay? So I don't know if we've ever talked about this on the show. We are not going to be in person at the Indy 500. I've had a couple people ask. We're not going to be there in person. It just is something that maybe we'll do someday. We'll do it someday. I think we're both like a little bit like, okay, we don't know. The logistics would be difficult. Okay, I don't know where you stay. I don't know where you go. There's too many people. There's just a lot going on. So it's like a little bit more our speed to just go the weekend before for Indy 500 qualifying. So we will be there for that. And I'm so happy to announce that they announced that same weekend, Monster Jam will be there trying to set the record for the fastest monster truck. And I believe it's just going to be happening amongst the different qualifying sessions of the weekend. So. And guys, if you have been a longtime listener of Laps Down podcast, you would know Monster Jam is something special to us. It's the first fight we ever got in. I said that Monster Jam isn't a real motorsport because they're not racing. They're just, I guess, like just doing tricks. They're just jamming. But MJ got really offended about that, and she has now decided that her life goal is to get me to a Monster Jam. And I've always said, I'm not wasting money to travel to Iowa, nor should you waste money to travel here to Detroit to see a Monster Jam event. That is just not going to be happening, my love. And they brought the Monster Jam to us, MJ. What is your reaction to this?
I am so stoked. I'm so stoked. Not only is it going to be a monster truck, but what I'm assuming, they haven't like announced the logistics. I'm assuming it's going to be racing down like one of the straights to be the fastest. I don't know how else it would. Like, that's my thought. How fucking sick is it going to be to see a monster truck on the IMS oval? That's sick. Like the Wienermobile thing, that was sick. But I think this might top the Weenie 500, in my personal biased opinion.
And we're going to be there, bro. Like, everybody last year was there for the Weenie 500. And I was like, that's actually kind of fun. Like, that's kind of fun. I wish I was there for that. Whatever. This year, we get to be everybody's going to be jealous of us. Like, we're going to the Monster Jam. A world record might be broken.
Oh, God, I can't wait. I can't wait.
The teaser that they were posting, they were like, this motherfucker is going to get up to like 150 miles per hour. I'm like, sorry, what? Like, I don't.
It
like,
shouldn't.
Like, how do you know that? Like, have you guys like run a simulation or?
There's no way. Like, and just like the logistics of it, like it shouldn't be. Like the monster trucks aren't that. Like they are fast. Like not to poo-poo. They are fast and they're beautiful and they're wonderful in their own way. But they're not like that fast. Like the thought of it going over like 65 miles per hour actually kind of makes me nervous. No, there's no way it can go that fast. It's 9,000 pounds. I don't know how many pounds it is, but it's a lot of pounds.
What is there like? Okay, hold on. Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Okay, let me find this teaser that they posted. Oh my God, I can't even find it.
I think you texted it to me. Did they take it back?
No. Could you imagine if they're like, sorry, LOL, RB. We realize that's
just
not
kidding.
Possible. Okay, I want you to do an over-under on how fast you think the monster truck can go.
Like what they're aiming for with the fastest?
Like, what do you think the top speed's going to be?
95 miles an hour.
Okay. I wonder what the world record is. Okay. 102 is their target speed. They posted 102 miles per hour is the target speed.
I'm pretty good at this.
Yeah. I think like they're going to reach, I think they're going to like have fucked it up somehow. They're going to get to like 80 and they're going to be like, fuck,
just can't do it.
I'm sorry we brought everybody out here for this, RB.
No, I believe in them. 102. Okay. Imagine seeing a monster truck go 100. Like, I think seeing a monster truck go 25 miles an hour, I'd be like, what?
Like, you can't go that fast.
Stop him.
Well, I wonder how fast they go when they're like getting up to like doing a backflip or something.
It's not that. Like, it is fast, but it's not like racing fast. It's like normal car fast.
They're helped more by the existence of the ramp than they are their speed.
Well, the ramp, the speed, or not the speed, the springs, the giant wheels. Like, it's not really all speed. You know, monster truck is a really complex thing. And I'm really glad that we're able to finally have these conversations around it. This feels really good.
I hate you. Okay, I'll go to the fucking Monster Jam thing. God. Speaking of an announcement that we're excited about, they still haven't announced it. When we filmed our episode last, we said they needed to announce Catherine Legg at the Indy 500 literally this week. Like it should have happened and they didn't. And I don't understand why not. But they at least gave us a teaser that is like, I think just as good as an announcement. I literally was like, this is not a teaser, mind you. Like I was like, this is the most obvious announcement that's not an announcement of all time.
It's like, it's equivalent to her standing in front of an IndyCar going like this and just covering her face and us being like, whoa, I wonder what it is. What are you trying to tell us?
AJ Foyt posted a picture of an elf red lipstick like touching the bricks at IMS. And they were like, oh, I wonder what that means.
And I was like, such a funny, like they don't, AJ Foyt doesn't really do social media, but to be like, what if I make it look like I'm going to put the lipstick on the bricks instead of being like, why don't I just set the lipstick on top of the bricks and then take a photo? I was just like, interesting.
I don't know if this is like sacrilegious in the Indy 500 world, but what they should have done is they should have like put lipstick on somebody, had them kiss the bricks, and then like just taken a photo of a lipstick kiss on the bricks. And then that could have been a cute teaser.
That would have been super cute, but I do think it's sacrilegious. But when she wins the Indy 500, she can put on lipstick before she kisses the bricks.
That's going to be so good. That's going to be the faster than Xfinity internet moment when she like puts on lipstick right before she kisses.
Kisses the bricks. That would
I literally
be,
just
dude,
picked
that.
up a NYX lip gloss. An e.l.f. She picks up an e.l.f. lip gloss. Gotta get my brands in order, Catherine. I'm sorry. It might be. I'll throw out all my NYX products. But I'm really excited. I think it's interesting that she could be in a good car. Like, that's kind of fun. Right?
I know. And an AJ Foyt at the Indy 500.
Like, that's like,
who are the
that's
AJ
like
Foyt
not
drivers?
bad.
Santino Ferrucci and Kyle
Santino
Collette.
and Kyle Collette. So she's immediately the most popular AJ Foyt driver. She's literally their clouded up bestie.
Kyle's he's pretty popular.
With who?
He's just kind of quiet.
I mean, he's nice. I'm not saying I don't like him, but I'm not seeing like an influx of Kyle Collette merch.
No, I think it's like with his home fans. Mostly.
Yeah, no. They're like, come to Brazil.
Kyle.
No, I'm very excited. I would love to see what the elf activation is going to be on this short of notice.
I don't think it's short notice. I think this is something that they've been and this is something I found out via rule book, the IndyCar rule book. You can enter the Indy 500 up until like 6 p.m. the night before qualifying. So I have a feeling that this has been in the works, and there's just been something that's been, I don't know whether it's like approval process or having everything in line.
Engine
but
lease.
I mean, right. I have a feeling that it's not like she's finding out today via Instagram post, and like Elf is finding out today via Instagram post. But it would make sense because we do have open.
She was like, I'm driving in the Indy 500. Why did they both?
She's like, who's doing the elf thing? She like DMs AJ Foyt, who's doing the elf thing? And they're like, you. And oh my god. But we do have IndyCar or Indy 500 open testing this week, so she would have to do the oval refresher. So hopefully she's there.
Wait, so isn't it that you can enter up until the Friday before? Presumably, there's like, don't you have to do the refresher? And like, they can do like a last minute little refresher. Because wasn't it last year they were like, Tony Kanaan might do it. He just has to do this.
He was going to have to do it like the morning. No, you're right. It was going to be like the morning of one of the practices. And they do have like fail safes if like Kyle Larson almost didn't do like complete the oval refresher because he had that incident early on.
Was that
last year?
Okay, yeah. So
they were going to allow him to do it, whatever, what have you. I feel like the whole entering the Indy 500, 6 p.m. before qualifying, I think that's more for people who have been in IndyCar in the last like few months, like not necessarily like one-offs like that. I don't know. When I read that, I was like, okay, well, that's a bad idea. We should maybe work on this before other things.
Team right now. Because
we are.
There's another Chevy out there, right? Like, if I'm doing the math properly, there was 2 Prema Chevys. One of them's going to Catherine Legg.
Yeah, so it would make sense if the other one would go.
Oh, wait, no. The other one's going to Jacob Abel. So there's the Andretti Honda. So we could use the Andretti Honda, the one that Colton was going to use, to put together our team if we want.
They should put Jamie Chadwick in.
I was just about to say, who should we have as our driver?
Carson Hocevar. Oh no, it's a Honda. Is Takuma Sato already taken?
Yes, he is. I fear he is. Kalamila, what are you doing? You kind of have the energy.
Nothing.
I like how you shitpost on Twitter. I think that's kind of a good energy for us.
Dude, it was so funny when we were going through like post the people who use push to pass or whatever, and Kalamila was like, I didn't.
He's such a... Honestly, there's something hilarious about depressive shit posting. Like,
it's
like,
so bad.
It's like, no, we
help him.
We know that. Help him. No, I'm really excited about Catherine Legg. I'm excited to see the activation. I'm excited because, like we said, we think it's coming at the perfect time for the Indy 500. For IndyCar as a whole, bunch of women coming into the sport. Let's bring them into the 500 with this elf activation, whatever. So my question is, do you think that the 500 is leaning too much into gimmickiness with the Monster Jam, with the hot dog weenie thing, with the last minute, let's take this money from Elf and do a big old like Elf activation? Do you think that there's like, is it becoming too, are we too desperate? Are we too desperate for attention in IndyCar?
Interesting. The Indy 500 of all of IndyCar is, I think, the one thing that doesn't need any gimmicks. So, because I mean, it's like by far the best selling product of IndyCar. I think if I'm on the same page as the marketers at IndyCar, my thoughts are we're expanding the audience. Like we're specifically being like the Indy 500 is the greatest spectacle in racing, is sure. But I think by being like, if they're doing this the way I'm thinking they're doing this, the Elf activation is like we're showing appreciation to our women fans, and then in hopes that we can expand more in that market. The Weenie 500, I think, is for families and like kids.
That's for kids. Those are kids.
Like my coworkers' kids, they're obsessed with the Wienermobiles. We actually had the winning Wienermobile parked right outside my work for like 3 days. It was really cool.
Call to make that happen, MJ.
Look,
she's got
what can
contacts.
I say? I do better marketing for IndyCar in Iowa than IndyCar at Iowa does. But so I think it's less of like we're doing gimmicky stuff to sell the Indy 500 because it doesn't need that. Like the Indy 500 sells the Indy 500. I think it's more to like bring in specific demographics that might not be there previously. Yes. Or just not know about it. Like the fact that Elf is doing it, like people don't know IndyCar exists. It's not like the NFL where most people know that the NFL exists, but they are like being like, no, I've decided I'm not into it. IndyCar is like there are human beings who've existed for 80 years, have never even heard IndyCar uttered once. So it's like that's where we're like trying to expand the market more, is what I'm interpreting their moves as.
Thank you, MJ, for your marketing prowess. Do you think that kids get too many damn things? They get a fucking Monster Jam and a Weenie Mobile? Like, fuck them kids.
No, I think it's for me.
That's my take. That's my hot take.
Fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids.
The Indy 500 is not for you.
Grow up. This is for real grown men. Please. You don't even know what a V8 is. Fuck you, stupid kid. That's how I imagine old men talk to kids, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yep. In 2027, there will be no more open cars outside of the 500. This started the discourse of all discourses about IndyCar. MJ, it is full existential crisis mode on motorsports Twitter about this. Nobody's talking about it on TikTok because nobody there knows that IndyCar exists nor cares. And I'd say probably the same for Instagram. So it's really just Twitter. That's where this discourse is thriving. There's two sides of it. Mainly, the charters will become more valuable with this. The only way you can get into IndyCar is if you have a charter. You need to convince somebody to sell theirs if you want to come in that badly. So if the value of IndyCar exponentially grows over the next couple of years, like we saw with F1, and you have a team like Cadillac, for example, who wanted to get in, well, they're a great example because they broke the rules and just were like, make another team, idiots. But the idea being you have to buy from somebody, thus meaning those teams get a return on their investment. I think we're looking at the teams like that have struggled through IndyCar over the years on needing money, and they've made the sport what it is today, and they would like to see a little bit of that money returned to them. Like if a Dale Coyne or a Juncos Hollander wanted to sell. I think they started to get real scared when they saw the lack of interest too in buying Prema, which although it was unchartered, had a full team, essentially. They had the cars, they had the drivers, they had the workers, they had the Chevy engines, and seemingly nobody was willing to pay a very high price for that team. I think that kind of freaked them out, maybe, and is like a reason why we might be seeing this. The other side of it is this going to discourage any team at all from coming in the sport? If you make it too hard, will people just be like, okay, fuck you, never mind? What do you think, MJ?
Yes. Okay, so full transparency, I guess when you first told me about this, because Andrea is the person who breaks all news to me now, because I've turned off notifications for everything. My thought was that open cars weren't allowed to run in like one-off races. I guess I wasn't understanding it correctly. So there wouldn't even be the capacity for Prema as a team to exist the full season. Period.
That's how I've interpreted it. If I'm wrong,
that's
then
what it
fuck me.
sounds like. No, that's what it sounds like. I think that's dumb. And
okay.
I now have a hard stance. Now that I understand what's happening, I do think that's dumb. Because I get that the charters are going to be more valuable, but in that case, you're never going to be able to sell them. And I think, especially right now when it feels like we're kind of cooking, like IndyCar, we're kind of cooking. Like, people want to get involved.
Are we at a place to turn them away?
Right. And to completely shut the door, period, when it doesn't really seem like this isn't a pressing matter. This isn't a pressing issue. It's not like we have a bunch of open cars entering every couple of races. It's not screwing up anything. It seems like we're, in my personal opinion, with the information that I know, it seems like we're focusing on something that isn't an issue yet. Maybe it would be an issue in the future, but there's not a huge demand to get into IndyCar right now. And what you're doing is essentially being like, well, I sure hope there's never a huge demand to get into IndyCar right now.
I wonder if this also has something to do with the two charters that they promised Chevy and Honda starting next year. We would then be basically at the limit of what we said capacity. Some tracks could even handle. So maybe when they did that, the teams were like, now what do you mean you're making more fucking charters? Our charters already have no fucking value. And now you're telling Chevy and Honda they can have one. So you're just making more charters. And maybe IndyCar was like, okay, this is where we draw the line. This is how many charters we have. No more, no less. And I think it's interesting because I think, would you then even see these one-offs in the Indy 500? You're saying except for the Indy 500. So we have teams like Brian Reinbold Racing, who I'm assuming will continue to do one-offs for the 500. But who else would even bother at that point? You're putting quite a bit of effort in to basically nothing. Where you have people I think Able Motorsports has expressed maybe wanting to come into IndyCar with the team. More teams maybe being maybe we could stand up a team. I mean, I think the Prema thing made a lot of people nervous because it obviously blew up royally in their faces. But I have to think some of that is just on Prema. I don't know what the fuck they were doing. They did not take any sponsorship. Agree. They had all Italian employees. It was a weird thing they were doing there, and nobody recommended it. And maybe the Prema thing just spooked everybody, and they're like, let's just shut it down before it gets to people's heads. I think people were spooked at how nobody gave a fuck about buying Prema. They're like, oh my God, is my team worthless? And it's maybe your team is worthless. I don't know.
I mean, yeah. They are. They're not worth a lot right now because this is what the charter system has come into place since you and I have done this podcast. So it's it's not
2 years.
Super maybe. Old. We haven't had a lot of time with the charter system. It still befuddles me that we're making these kind of decisions and yet we won't fix the leader circle.
What do you think they should do to fix the leader circle?
Get rid of it. change it. I don't know. That's none of my business. I'm allowed to be like, I want you to fix it. It's your job.
Listen here, Roger. I don't have solution. You're like a Joey Logano in that clip where it's like, I know how to fix super speedway racing. I just can't tell you it right now.
That's literally me. I could come up with an idea, but I'm not doing it for free.
Oh, okay. Roger, you heard her.
Roger? I don't know. I think this whole thing is a little befuddled. I'm interested because we are going to have the open testing this week, which means the commentary booth is just going to have a lot of time to just yap. I'm interested to hear what they have to say about it.
Mm-hmm. There does come a point where, can we care about an issue if it doesn't exist? Like, there is literally no open teams. Like, what are we talking about?
That's the thing, is it's like, unless it's like a step in like a bigger plan that they're coming up with the charter system, but we don't see that right now. It just, it feels like it kind of came out of nowhere, and it was kind of like, okay, well, if this isn't happening till 2027, do we really need to be talking about it a week before the month of May? Like, is this necessary? Aren't you planning a race at Washington, D.C. soon? And none of that's figured out either. So, like, couldn't we be spending our time in a better way? Maybe.
Yeah, and they're having security issues in DC. Oh, you might want to lock that shit down.
I'm literally shocked.
Whatever. Another time. We'll talk about that another time.
We don't have time for this.
But, like, I actually think, like, maybe I'm an idiot for this, but shouldn't IndyCar be trying to go the opposite direction where they should try to do everything they could to get more open entries? I think there's something interesting, like when I'm watching NASCAR, which obviously also has a charter system. And they're like, hey, JJ Yelly or whatever his name is just here this week. JJ. And I'm like, oh, shit, you're right. Or like, how fun would it be if like kind of like in NASCAR where they bring people up from the Xfinity series to try their hand at Cup? Like, what if we started seeing teams being able to do that with open entries of Indy Next drivers? Like, I would love to see them be like, you know, like, how cool would it be just to, because we have these partnerships now between Indy Next and the full-time IndyCar teams. We saw them be like, look it, let's run an open car. And I think that like this driver would be really good at this track. Like, let's have him out. Let's see what happens.
I think that would be huge for the sport, period, especially because, like, as we've talked about before, the Indy cars are so different than the Indy Next cars. So it would be, and I think it'd be beneficial for the teams to be like, okay, we're going to put Miles Rowe in an open car to see how he does in IndyCar. They kind of did that with Nolan Siegel. Not really, but kind of. There was that whole situation. Anyways, moving on.
Whatever.
I also think
we don't have time to unpack Nolan Siegel.
I didn't realize both him and I was reading on accident an interview of Tony Kanaan talking about how both Christian Lundgaard and Nolan Siegel are in contract years. And I knew that about Nolan Siegel. I didn't know that about Christian Lundgaard. And he was basically like, I hope one of them wins the Indy 500.
Wait, what?
And I was like, yeah, he was like, well, hope one of them wins the Indy 500. We won't have to have the contract conversation. I was like,
wait, is he confirming what we've said before, where if you win the Indy 500, it's a get out of jail free card from being fired?
I think so, yeah. No, I think that was very blatantly.
We joked about that. We joked about that being like Marcus Ericsson's strategy, but I thought like, oh, that's like you can't actually say that out loud.
I wasn't joking about it when we were saying that. It's 100% real.
But is Tony Kanaan allowed to say that? Like, we're allowed to say that. Is he allowed to say that?
And some would say it's
horribly unprofessional.
No, I was going to make no, not that either.
Putting pressure on a kid who has missed the 500 and then wrecked in the other one.
But he did really well in Long Beach.
Okay, right.
Okay,
right.
We're not talking about that biggest mover. Also, I figured out he went from 25th to 13th. You asked me that last week after Long Beach, and I said, I don't care. But in that article, I did learn that.
That's not enough.
It is enough. It is enough. Nolan, you are enough. You are.
He's enough, but that is not enough to save your job, Nolan.
Oh, no. Yeah, you're going to have to win the Indy 500, it sounds like, bud. But I did think it was funny in this article that he was kind of being like apples to apples with like Christian Lundgaard's performance at Arrow McLaren and like Nolan Siegel's being like, we're going to have that conversation, just not till the end of the month of May. I really hope one of them wins the Indy 500 is all I'm saying. And I was like, okay,
tough
bro.
negotiations ahead. And it's one guy
Are
being
you
like,
kidding?
I would like my salary doubled. And it's another guy saying, I will pay double, please.
Right. It's like, but also the thought of even pretending like you would get rid of Christian Lundgaard, baffling to me. You are so silly.
Funny. I think that's funny to keep him on his toes. You know what I mean?
Like, we have to treat them all equally.
Yeah, nobody's comfortable here. Oh God, Tony Kanaan, you crack me up.
Tony.
Would he be allowed to be on the podcast?
No.
Okay, moving on. Speaking of where Nolan Siegel might head next, IMSA. So IMSA,
that's crazy. What a segue. Hey, that was crazy.
Thank you. I'm here all week. Acura announced that they were leaving IMSA to focus on IndyCar with Meyer-Shank Racing. Huh? Why? Why'd you announce that? What do you mean? What are you doing here? Can we be specific? What specifically is your focus in IndyCar? May you give us more of your intentions, please, with my daughter? Like, what is happening?
It was funny, though, because we were talking last week about if you could, like, transfer the information you learn in IMSA on a track to... Yeah. And, yeah, they were like, wait, that's actually a really good idea. What if we just transfer ourselves to IndyCar? And we're like, no, that's not what we were saying.
No. Undo. We didn't say transfer everybody and everything. No, that's not what we meant.
But, because they're going to work specifically with MSR. So I've been on the MSR train for years saying it's going to happen. And I think with the power of Acura, it could. I don't know. I'm interested.
I think that with this announcement, they also said that Marcus Armstrong was going to have an Acura livery for the 500 ? And I was like, okay, is Acura owned by Honda? Like, what is an Acura, by the way?
It's a car.
Is now an okay time?
It's a type of time of car. It's the one that's a circle and it has the little this thing in it.
It is made by Honda. I've never seen somebody drive one of these in real life. Can I be honest?
There's a bunch of them in Iowa. I see them all the time.
Oh. Okay.
And every time I see one, I go, my friend Scott Dixon drives that.
Sometimes. No, that's okay. Cool, I guess. You know, isn't that what Alex Palou drives in the Rolex 24? He's probably like, fuck, no, guys, please. I was just trying to get the hang of that.
Yeah, are they gonna like pass Alex Palou and Scott Dixon off to somebody else? Like, where are they gonna race in Petit Limo?
I think people were kind of crashing out over this. I wish like we had like maybe Celine and Gracie, or maybe maybe Kana watches IMSA. Maybe he can comment on this.
He's
IMSA
more of a WEC
person. Okay.
Get Celine on the phone. Cold caller.
IMSA fans were kind of crashing and burning about this, it felt like. I think a lot of people are dipping out of IMSA, which is strange because IMSA seems like it's on like this like positive trajectory. Like they were just kind of like dunking on NASCAR, being like, we got more YouTube subscribers than you guys. Fuck you. I obviously love the Rolex 24. I'm excited to watch IMSA in Detroit this year. Is IMSA crashing and burning, guys? What's going on over there? Are you guys okay over there? Is everybody leaving?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it kind of seems like you guys might be having a bad time over there.
I'm just not sure.
I think we'll just observe this one from the outside. Me and MJ have enough to deal with IndyCar.
I'm gonna watch Podium Pop this week, and I'll form my decision via them.
Okay, yeah, we can steal their opinion and just say it around. That's good. Do you want to talk any more about open testing this week?
Hello, everybody. We have open testing this week. I have the times written down somewhere. It's in my other script.
Usually it's streamed on YouTube, right?
It is. The whole thing is going to be streamed for free on YouTube. It's going to be Tuesday and Wednesday. It starts at 10 a.m. Eastern time, and it goes until like 6 p.m., 5 p.m. both days. And then on Tuesday, it's genuinely, I would recommend having it on in the background. I really, really do. We're going to have the rookie test for the 3 rookies on Tuesday. And then we're going to have was it called? The oval refresher for anybody who hasn't competed on an oval since the Indy 500 last year. So, like, obviously Jacob Abel and Connor Daly wouldn't have to do that. But there are...
I was just about to ask, does Jacob Abel have to do anything? Because he didn't technically...
No, because he competed on an oval since the Indy 500 last year, because he did, like, Milwaukee and Iowa.
You're Jacob.
You guys remember Iowa? But there's also, I think there is, like, a loophole where if you completed testing, like oval testing, tire testing, you also don't have to do it. But I'm not sure about that. So actually, just disregard that. But so that'll be on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, it's just all cars on track.
Cars on track. As MJ mentioned already, the commentators obviously do a lot of filling time. And I can't say this enough to anybody that ever asked me how to get into IndyCar, and it's around the month of May. Honestly, what really like helped me understand the 500 was just listening into the excessive amounts of commentary that they have to do to fill the testing. You hear so much from like, you know, they'll go around and interview people. They'll talk to drivers and stuff, obviously, about what's going on. And you also like hear from the perspective of, you know, people like James Hinchcliffe who, you know, have a lot to offer of like what a driver is dealing with in open testing. You learn a lot of the technical side of things. I feel like they, during open testing, they know their audience and they kind of are like, you little nerds want to know about these cars, don't you? And I learned so much about like what that technical side looks like for the 500 versus any other race that you do in IndyCar. So if you're a newbie to IndyCar, please watch open testing. Please, please, please. It will honestly change your life.
It'll worth
change your life, guys.
It really is worth it. And also for those newbies, for the, what did she call it? The Indy Curious. Isn't that what Elizabeth called it? Indy Curious. Yeah. Something that I didn't realize until we were like boots on the ground, cars racing at the Indy 500 a few years ago. The Indy 500 car, completely different than your normal oval car, than your street and road course car. Like that's the reason we have this like extensive amount of practice, because this is its own beast, because it has to be able to get up to those high speeds on the straights. So like that's the reason we're doing all this. It's not just because it's like the biggest spectacle in racing. Like it's not just all show. It's because this is the only time they're going to drive this car is for this one race that does happen to be the greatest spectacle of motorsport.
It's juicy stuff, guys. You gotta tune in. Can they expect some content about the Indy 500 testing from you, MJ?
Maybe they can. Probably.
And maybe we'll even, if MJ's kind enough, we'll post it on shorts here on YouTube.
Maybe we will.
Be sure to follow MJ on TikTok and Instagram, guys. I'm hopeful we're gonna get some juicy stuff from MJ. She's gonna teach us all about it.
We have a lot of Indy 500 content coming. If you guys have any like specific questions, because sometimes it's hard for me to tell what people don't know, like people who consume IndyCar at like a normal capacity and not in a weird way. I just don't know what you guys don't know. So if you have any questions about like the month of May Indy 500, let me know. Put it in the comments. DM the Laps Down account. Don't DM my account. I won't be able to. I won't be able to see it. No.
She won't look at it. But DM the Laps Down account. We are happy to answer any and all questions that we can. And if we don't know the answer,
we'll find it.
We're going to find it. Speaking of which, last week we posted something on our socials about the push to pass button. And we said, what are they up to? Are they just like pounding the push to pass button? And our good friend, Elizabeth Alber, which you haven't already, we did an interview with her on Lap It Like It's Hot channel. She's the author of Overtaken, the Indy 500 romance novel that you all should be reading, assigned reading. She said, hi, girls. It's theoretically possible to configure the steering wheel to indicate when push to pass is available, but it's doubtful anyone does because there's only so much room on the steering wheel and there's other info that would be more useful. So they likely didn't know that push to pass was activated and were probably pressing the button ahead of time so push to pass would activate immediately when they cross the start finish line and were eligible to use it. I feel like that is literally what people used to shit on Joseph Newgarden for, where he tried to say like, I just was I'm just out of habit. Like when you're
button
doing
mashing,
sometimes you just button mash. You're just like you're spamming. So when it is available, you're the first one to push it. And people were like, why would you push it if you didn't even know you had it, you fucking cheater, loser, liar?
I know. I feel Joseph, honey. I am so sorry.
I'm so sorry even here for that.
No, and I think if you go back to when I explained the push to pass gate from a couple years ago, I think I was really hard on you. I have since learned, and I am on your side, especially that one time you saw my friend Andrea when she was getting donuts, or you were getting donuts, whatever.
Oh, no, he was getting donuts. I was getting gas.
He was getting donuts. You were getting gas.
He was nice.
Sure.
I said good luck, and then I think he immediately
and then he got disqualified that day.
The attenuator date happened. Yeah.
Yep.
I won't ever do it again. I'm sorry, Joseph.
Sorry. But it sounds to me, someone who doesn't drive an IndyCar or have any experience with an IndyCar steering wheel, that it's not like you press it when it's happening. It's like you press it to turn it on situation. And then when it's able to be turned on, that's something that I didn't understand when I made my previous judgments. So that was really enlightening. Shout out to Elizabeth.
Shout out. She knows everything. That's
She's
what we mean
great.
when we say we will find you answers to your questions, folks. So be sure to submit them if you have any. I think that's everything we have on IndyCar. Do you want to talk about NASCAR?
Let's talk about NASCAR. It is so cold in here.
She is freezing, folks. Okay, so they announced that NASCAR has a new CEO. So the old Frank guy, he's out. Steve O'Donnell, I think his name is in. I think he's like one of the real corporate-y types, right? I think he's like one of the real buttoned-up corporate-y types. It's like the first time it's not been a France family member, I think, like literally ever. So that's already a massive change. I was just wondering because everybody's like really open to like, we just want to give NASCAR as much feedback as possible. Do you have any like tips or things that the new CEO could start with?
I mean, the first one that comes to mind is dress for the job you want. I think it's really important how you present yourself. I think that's a good tip. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. I know that like having a new title may seem like it would turn other people off. Maybe people would be intimidated by you and your new role. But I think it's really important to be able to build those connections with the people that you're working with to kind of make a very, what do they say? Oh, what's the word? What's the word the buzzword that they say? Not synergistic. Maybe
no, but that's
frictionless.
Beautiful.
Like a very frictionless workplace. And then I would also say be sure to pack a snack because I always find myself like my blood sugar kind of drops around like 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. and I find it very hard. So just kind of like a healthy snack, maybe some fiber because I think men of your age kind of struggle with that. But yeah, I'm wishing you lots of luck. And
that's all good, MJ. Well, I have to say, he's already out there swinging for the fences with some of these new ideas he has. So I want to like kind of run them past you.
Oh, no. I haven't seen any of this.
No, this is all good stuff. And as you can tell, it was all received super well on Twitter, which is where I base a lot of my court of public opinion off of. So the first thing he said was that he is aware of all of the issues that people have with NASCAR. And he said that they are actually constantly receiving feedback from fans. In fact, they use AI to sort through it. So all of it gets addressed. Which makes me think that they literally have like some dumbass fucking AI tool that like is literally going through x.com and like AI screening everybody's fucking.
I think it's worse than that. I think he logs on to ChatGPT and he goes, "Why don't people like NASCAR?"
He asks Perplexity or Persephone. He goes, "Why don't they like me? Why don't they like me?
Why don't they like me?
Please, why don't they like me?" And I know that this AI tool is doing an extraordinary job at sorting through feedback on NASCAR because he decided where they're going to start implementing changes is the O'Reilly series, which is obviously where everybody's complaining the most, right?
What are they doing?
He said that in the future, maybe they could start having like cross back SUV type cars racing in O'Reilly. Because like because you have like trucks and then you have like cup cars, and then it's like, well, then this O'Reilly thing's kind of the same as that other thing. So what if we make it a different type of car?
Let's get a hatchback. Let's
No, literally, they got Subarus out there racing.
Just a bunch of Honda CRVs.
literally.
Wait a minute. At first I was clowning, suddenly I'm sold.
They're like, let's get the fucking Chevy Trailblazer, the Ford Explorer, and the Hondas. What is Toyota RAV4s out there racing?
Yeah. Okay.
And he
you
was
know
like,
what?
that's
Fuck it.
good. People are going to like that. Yeah, no, people literally were like, if you fucking do that, we will burn your sport to the ground. So I think that they're probably going to table that idea.
We'll put a pin
I don't
in
think
it.
people liked that one.
Sure.
I kind of get his train of thought though, because he goes like, well, we have truck and we have car. Like, we don't need two cars.
No. And I get his train of thought, but that's like one of those things that you and I would think, but we wouldn't say in front of a live studio audience.
No. I think it's funny though. I'm like, shoot for the fences. Like, why go small with your ideas? You can sort through the AI feedback later. Like, just say whatever's on your mind.
Speak about it.
You can ask Persephone later if people hate you. It's just speak about it now. Oh God. Another discourse that was happening. Stephen A. Smith. Do you know who that is?
Yes.
Okay. I like him iffy. I didn't know that was really his name. I knew who he was. Like, I'd seen his face. I didn't realize that was his name. I'm not quite sure whether we have to go with the full, like, I don't know if he needs his middle initial included, but that's what people were saying. So I'll just say Stephen A. Smith. He went it was trending, I think, on Twitter. People were reacting to his thoughts. He basically said golf athletes and NASCAR athletes are not actually athletes because you can do that when you're 80. You can golf and drive a car. Oh, you think he has a point? Wait a minute.
I mean, specifically for golf.
Okay. She's interested. She'd like to hear him out.
I am a golf hater to my core.
Okay. But what about like the bass fishing shit you watch? People can do that when they're 80.
Yeah, but you're not an athlete. I would agree.
Wait,
you think bass fishing is a sport?
Stephen A. Smith right now. You're saying these people are athletes.
No. Okay, bass fishing is not a sport.
Fight with them. I don't want to fight with the bass fishing people. I thought you would just agree, yes, they're athletes, and we could move on. You'd have to start a beef with them, MJ.
No, bass fishing? Is bass fishing considered a sport? There's no fucking way. What
else would it be?
A hobby? No, it says it's considered a sport. I completely disagree. Physical endurance for all day casting. No, shut the fuck up. No. No, Stephen A. Smith, wait till I tell you about bass fishing. Like, that's not a sport.
That's honestly, if he would have said golf and bass fishing, he probably could have gotten away scot-free.
Yeah, no, I agree. But when he's talking about race car driving, he's specifically talking about NASCAR. He doesn't know IndyCar. He
specifically said NASCAR. There's no way he knows IndyCar exists.
Right. So that's like, I think he's like that guy from the Teardown who just likes to be yelled at. I really do think that he has that same like little, yeah, he just likes to be yelled at. Because I would say it's like athlete in a different capacity. Like, I don't think it's comparable to like a track and field athlete, but like they do have to do conditioning, and you like not everyone can do it. I do think everyone can golf or bass fish.
We see it every weekend. People can't do it.
Yeah,
we see every weekend people failing continuously, and we allow them to.
Right, they have like extreme conditions they have to work through. But like, I think you were cooking on the golf and the bass fishing thing.
We'll hear you out on that one. Well, I will say he got more hate for this than something he did literally like 24 hours later that I thought was way worse. So I'm going to speak on it because no one else is.
What did he do?
Sexually harassed his coworker live on TV and got away with it. Like, nobody cared.
Okay.
One of the co-commentators on his show, she's an ex-WNBA player, and she was talking about a French basketball player, and she was like saying like, oh, he's magnifique or whatever. She was trying to say he's magnificent in French. Okay. She was trying to say that in French. And he basically was like, I've never been with a French girl before, but you talking in French just turned me on. And they just allowed that on TV. And they were like, hey, that's cool. That's good. You can say that.
I think.
So can we can we take him off air or something?
Can we cancel him for actual crimes?
Right. Like, take that energy about the NASCAR thing and put it towards this, and I'm all in. Yeah, let's get him off air.
But the people who are truly upset about the NASCAR thing, they don't really care about, like, sexual harassment. It's fine.
No. But honestly, if it ends in the same result of him losing his job, I actually am fine with it, though.
Sure. But he does this frequently. Like, this is his bit. That's why I'm like, he's like throwing Bianchi.
He rage baits for clout.
Yes, 100%. But I will say you are correct about golf.
Do you think he threatened to run for president?
Steven did?
I think he threatened to run for president.
Whatever.
I think he literally
just
said
do
he was
it.
going to run for office. Okay, fine.
He's got the sexual harassment down. Might as well.
You're halfway there, bucko. Get on it. Oh, God. Fuck that guy. Something else that was really funny. This week, they revealed that Denny was going to be driving his Hawaiian roll car, but it was like a special edition one for the Ube Hawaiian rolls. And they did a segment on JGR Social where they literally just taught them about other people's cultures. Like, they were like, so this is a really popular treat. Like, ube is like something you'll see in like Filipino sweets and stuff. Like, they were teaching Joe Gibbs what ube is. And they were like, and Joe Gibbs, literally his line was like, why is it purple?
Jesus Christ.
Oh God, NASCAR. I like. You know how people say never change? NASCAR change, please. NASCAR change, please. Change. ASAP. Oh God, it was like. I honestly thought I was like. I think it's fun that they're like forcing their NASCAR audience to learn what ube is. I think that's good. Like, it's like it's like a cultural exchange program. Like, you need to learn what ube is, please. You exist in the world. You can't just say, I don't like that. It's purple. That's weird. We got to learn something here.
Yeah. Crazy.
It's nice. Anywho, no qualifying. It was raining. Tyler Reddick on pole. Fuck that guy, dude.
Same old song and dance.
Do you get points for qualifying? Because that seems like kind of unfair if you do. Because it keeps getting rained out, so
weird. Just let me 1 second.
Hold the rule book. She's asking for Stephanie, guys, as we speak. She's asking for Stephanie.
I am.
Okay, she's reading.
She's reading. I don't think so. Yeah, I'm gonna say no, except for no. Except for, like, the qualifying races they do in Daytona. So, take that, Tyler Reddick. L.
Take that. L. And we all know qualifying doesn't matter in NASCAR. I've always said that. He also announced that he is extending his contract with 2311. It's a multi-year contract. How much money do you think they had to cough up, considering they did contract negotiations after he just got, like, his bajillionth win? He probably ran that fucking team dry, dude. They have no money. They went to Riley Herbst and they said, do you think your daddy can double it? Please.
Spare a penny.
And they went to Corey Haim and they said, sorry, bucko, it's just not in the checkbook looking like, probably not a cup seat for you. We got to keep this Riley guy on. Funniest thing, Riley got 3 penalties in stage 1. He got 2 for going fast through pit lane, and then he got 1 for, like, gaining an advantage below the yellow line.
Below the yellow line.
Oh, God.
I think he's funny.
No, I think that's funny. I think that's funny, too. I was just going to plug Below the Yellow Line, much like our friend Buddy, who was on Lap Traffic. You guys should watch that if you haven't already. He's a hoot and holler. But, no, also hoot and holler, Riley. What is his problem?
So funny.
What are you doing back there?
Stop. He's endearing me. What a goober.
Like, that's so funny. Like, who were you battling with so hard that you had to go below the yellow line? Like, literally, for what place could that have been for? Like, you have
Not
to
a good
tell
one.
me, Riley. He's so funny. Denny also gets a penalty for speeding through pit lane, and then Chase Briscoe hit his tire carrier. And then Austin Cindric missed his pit box, and Ryan Preece didn't even get all his fuel. This was all in the first pit stops, guys. They literally ran through pit lane. Like they have none of these drivers have ever made a pit stop before. It was the messiest shenanigans I've ever seen. And they were kind of saying like, well, this is what happens when you don't get any practice. I'm like, oh, now we care about practice in NASCAR?
Who created that system?
Like one practice session gets rained out, and it's like you guys all forgot. They don't
even practice at Talladega. Like they don't have practice sessions at all.
What? Why did they even say that on the broadcast?
I don't know. Because it's like I don't know. The practice thing in NASCAR, I'm like, you goobers.
You guys are super funny. I still have never gotten an answer why that's needed. So they did make a big change this year for Talladega. They changed the lengths of the stages. They basically were like, okay, so I know you guys are going to be boring as shit and just like save fuel until stage 3 anyways. And so they were like, let's just cut stage 2 and just like combine it basically with stage 1 to like, there was still a stage 2, but it was extremely short. But then they were like, stage 1 is actually going to be the longest thing you've ever experienced in your entire life.
So long.
Like, I think they made like 3 green flag pit stops in stage 1. Like, it was literally the longest stage.
No cautions. Yeah, it was so long. It was literally like an hour 45 of stage 1.
Like, it literally was grueling. You know how they say that it takes endurance to be a bass fisherman? It takes endurance to fucking watch stage 1 of Talladega this year. Like,
is being a NASCAR fan a sport?
Can we be athletes? Like,
we are athletes.
Sit through a like fucking bajillion length long stage 1, no cautions, just straight up. That was crazy. Ryan Preece did win stage 1 though, so does that make it worth it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I'm glad we have an official stance on laps down. Jeff Gluck tweeted something. I sent it to you. I don't know if Jeff Gluck, like his paycheck hit today from NASCAR, because he was like doing some severe PR work on Twitter. Like I've never seen him act like this, but maybe I have. I just like don't pay attention. But he said, here's the thing. If they're going to aggressively save fuel, would you rather they do it in stage 1 or stage 3? Yes, it sucks. But if it's a must, might as well get it over with early. No, go ahead.
Why don't, if we're going to have this aggressive fuel saving, we just shorten the race?
Because, MJ, you have to suffer. It's part of NASCAR. You have to suffer.
It's part of being an athlete. What are they? Adversity.
Literally, face it, girl. Face that adversity. Somebody said, I'd rather they just do 0 stages and just race in a different car instead. So we're basically inventing a new sport. Basically, the NASCAR fans just like, so what if we change the sport completely?
I wish this was IndyCar.
halfway through stage one, I'm like, so you surely can't do an IndyCar on Talladega, I don't think. But like, what if?
What if?
Would it be better? Could we? Can we make it work somehow? Oh, God. Also, I wanted to shout out Ryan Preece. He made NASA-themed merch. That's good.
Because of his affinity for flying through the air at Talladega.
No, that's so true, MJ. That's exactly why he made it.
Just in case, I don't know if there's people who aren't Ryan Preece curious. That's why. That's the lore.
This is the podcast for if you're Indy curious and also Ryan Preece curious.
I just think it's really funny to add curious after something like you're getting into.
Me after watching F1, I'm getting a little tax evasion curious.
I'm getting a little helium curious. I'm kidding. Don't do drugs.
Don't evade your taxes. Pay them.
Well,
I'm a little less certain on the second one. No to the drugs for sure.
This is
I don't like that one.
Third episode where we have had to talk about tax evasion, by the way. In a row. Okay.
So we get into stage 2. This is where you texted me and you were like, do I even have to watch stage 2? What if I go wash my hair? And
I did.
Literally, and you did. Proud of you.
During the cautions. I washed my hair during the cautions. That's how long the caution laps are. Okay, anyways, carry on.
No, I love that. Not the caution laps that I suffer through, but that you wash your hair. That's good. Hygiene is important. Pro that. And your hair looks delightful. I love it. Did you guys notice she got a haircut? Not a single person commented on it on our last episode.
It debuted on the Buddy episode. Buddy was the first. Yeah. Buddy and Andrea were the first to see it. It's okay.
None of you guys noticed. Whatever. What was I saying? The biggest big one I've ever seen in my entire life happens during stage 2. I mean, to be fair, I've only been watching NASCAR for a little bit now, but I'm like, that's got to be the biggest big one, right? Like, do we have stats on the biggest big one?
That we've seen?
It's definitely the biggest big one we've seen. But yeah, like, I'm surprised those NASCAR statisticians, like, nobody was saying, hey, this is the biggest big one we've ever had. But I'm like, surely this is the biggest big one you've ever had.
It's like, pretty freaking close.
Like, it was so big. The biggest big one. What were your thoughts on the big one?
Whoa, big. I hate it when Bubba is at the front of a big one. I hate it when he is kind of the cause of the big one. I will say that they did find a way to blame Joey Logano for it, so I was okay with that.
Wait, I haven't heard now it's Joey Logano's fault. I heard some people blaming Ross Chastain.
Yeah, I also did. I did that for a little bit too. It was something like Joey Logano and I think Ryan Blaney was right behind him. Like Joey braked up a little bit. Ryan bumped into him. They ended up bumping into Ross Chastain. Ross Chastain decided pushed. But it's not even that he bumped into it. You can't push the fucking Toyotas. They can't push. They can't get pushed.
Don't push.
Don't push. And then he turned up into, was it Kyle Busch? I think it was Kyle Busch.
No, I think it was Kyle Larson.
No, I don't. I think it was Kyle Busch.
You think it was Kyle Busch?
I think he turned up into front? I think so, yeah.
They ended him?
I would say poor guy, but
well,
L.
That's really, no, I think that Bubba, he did kind of say don't push. Don't push. He kind of took responsibility for it, but I was like, please no, the AI Facebook accounts are going to love that, Bubba. Don't do that.
Did you see he and just the AI Facebook comment? It sparked something in me. Him and Joey Logano did something for NASCAR this week where they reviewed one of the Talladega wrecks where Joey Logano flipped upside down right over Bubba was just barely able to dodge him, and Bubba made a comment or something because they made them watch it, which I'm every time they do that I'm okay, well,
you guys like that.
Are you a trained therapist? Because I don't think you should be the one making him rehash this trauma, but okay. He made a comment where he was like, I know people are gonna think this was AI, but it did actually happen. And I was like, you know what, Bubba, get him.
I love Bubba. I'm sorry that it does appear to be his fault a little bit here, but I also feel like it's hard to say that crashes, the big one at a track like Talladega, it's gonna happen. So you can't actually blame the person who it happens to. You know what I mean? Because it's that's gonna happen. Any subsequent wrecks after that, though, it is fair to say, okay, that's on you goofed. Mm-hmm. But the first big one at a Daytona, a Talladega, something like that, they get a free pass, I think, in my opinion. Unless it's somebody I don't like, and then I'll probably blame them.
Also fair. But no one, in all the little post medical center interviews, nobody seemed to be it's hard to, they were all it's hard to blame anybody because this shit's just gonna happen. It's just
gonna happen. As we mentioned earlier in the episode, Joey Logano got caught up in the crash, and afterwards he was like, the only thing you can do in these cars, that's not how Joey Logano talks, the only thing you can do in these cars is fuel save or wreck. And then he was like, I know how to fix it. I just don't want to tell you. Which is me when I fucking lie. Me when I make shit up. Okay. But I don't know. I like that we're blaming Joey Logano. That's fine. We can go with that. That sounds good to me. After this biggest one that we've ever seen, they get back out there and they bring out a yellow again because Ty Gibbs, in the most wrecked car I've ever seen in my entire life, they're like, oh, his tire went down and he hit the wall. And they show him in a car that should not look like it operates as a motor vehicle anymore. And I go, yeah, I can imagine his tire going down is the least of his fucking worries right now. Why is he out there?
Surely we had bigger issues.
Did you guys look at the toe links? You probably fucked the toe link. At least one of them toe links got
At least one of them toe links. No, some of the cars that go out after that, I'm like I get it. I get trying to get points, but I'm also like, think of the risks. This is so scary. You guys are athletes. You need to assess the risks.
You said that Connor Zilic looked like a mummy.
He did look like a mummy. He had so much it was like white tape on him. It wasn't like the silver kind. Just like across the hood. Like I was like, there's no car underneath that tape.
No, they when they were going into the commercials, during the red flag, they just do this big giant aerial shot. You can see on top of Kyle Larson's car somebody body slamming it in the garage area. I was like, okay, things are going really well. I think things are going really well. A lot of people did complain about the commercials today. Did you think they were exceptionally bad? I even said to
you, I was like, there's not even that many commercials.
I think people would disagree with you, MJ.
Really? Oh, okay. Sorry.
All right. Sorry that happened to you guys.
I was coloring while I was watching, and that kind of alleviated any of the commercials for me.
I actually have a tip for people that do complain about the commercials for NASCAR. I think that this really changed my life when I started doing this. I just mute it during the commercials.
You do that, yeah.
It's just what are you going to do now? I'm not even listening to you.
Yeah.
Talk about RB somewhere else. I don't give a fuck.
Put on headphones and just don't listen to the noise at all. Listen to something else. Noah Khan just put out a new album. Listen to that instead.
That's just easy.
Put on the subtitles.
No, don't do that. I don't recommend that. That's not a fun
thing. Put on a podcast. Put on this podcast for next week's race.
Yeah, no, that's good. That'll be good.
There goes Kyle Busch. Hopefully at this point, then Kyle Busch will be going into the wall or something. Yeah.
Right, no, that sounds like him. Okay. Eric Jones also spins. It brings out a caution in stage 3. They tried not to bring out a caution, but unfortunately he got stuck in the grass, so they had to. It was kind of funny because Carson Hocevar was the one that kind of sent him out there. He's like, you gotta go. Sorry. He lost it a little bit and just side slammed into Eric Jones. Eric Jones is probably pissed as hell now that, spoiler alert, Carson won. He's probably fuck that guy. There was a lot of people at the front that were having kind of a generational run. There were some people up there that I was like, these people really, really, really want to win this race. We had Carson Hocevar, Chris Buescher, Ricky Stenhouse, Alex Bowman. These were the people that were lining up for restarts in stage 3 of Talladega. I was like, ooh, this is about to be messy. I was kind of surprised. It was good, clean racing. Besides the little mistake Carson had into Eric Jones, it was good. I was thinking, oh, this is going to be an overtime shit fest.
Oh, yeah.
And it wasn't.
I think there is something about desperation in NASCAR that you really tighten up your act a little bit. You weren't going to see Alex Bowman doing anything crazy up there. And Chris Buescher, he's a pretty... Dude, I'm so sad about Chris Buescher. Can I speak on it?
Speak on it. Yeah.
I've said on this podcast, there is video evidence of me saying that he is such an underrated driver. I am sick of him getting so close to winning. It's killing me. I like it better when he crashes out. The fact that he's so close multiple times over the past couple of seasons. I've been like, this is his to win. And then it's always just by a little bit.
Can I raise you that we've had a Ty Gibbs, he's so close to winning, he finally wins. We've had a Carson Hocevar, he's so close to winning, he finally wins. Is Chris Buescher our next not first time winner, but winner of this season that's so close and deserves it?
I think he has a good chance at, isn't Watkins Glen coming up? Am I making that up? Maybe I am.
Coming up sometime soon. Because they announced that.
I think so, because they just announced
SVG and Connor Zilic are attempting the triple.
They are, dude, that's going to be so fucking good. I'm clocked in. I don't even like Watkins Glen that much, like as a track. But I will be clocked in for all three of those. I don't know. There's something about it that makes me sleepy. You know when there's like, that's how I feel about
Sure.
That's how I feel about Road America too. I'm just like, Road America. I know that's not a popular take.
No,
Please.
I don't think that is a popular take. Guys, please don't cancel our podcast. A lot of people say that they want a double weekend between Watkins Glen and IndyCar. I think even I've said that. Do you like it for IndyCar? Do you like that idea? No, you just don't like the track at all?
I don't love the track. I really, really don't. I do think it's better than, I don't like Sonoma either.
I don't really like Sonoma.
Or Coda. I don't like Coda either.
Oh, okay. So what do you like really specifically as far as
I like the Roval. I liked the Roval. I liked Chicago.
I did like Chicago. Chicago was fun. I think that Sonoma is like interesting in the way of like, I like it when they go off track and the sand kicks up. I think
it is
fun.
crazy.
It's like a
I don't mind
terrain.
Yeah, I don't mind watching it because it is just like a little bit of fuck shittery. And the fact that they're like, there are certain parts where we can't communicate with the driver because the track is so big.
Stop. Sorry, my cat was eating the biggest dust bunny you've ever seen that I don't even understand where he found it, and he was eating it. Okay, go on. I'm really sorry. He found enough fur to create another cat and then started eating it. Under my...
Better the dust bunny than Gigi, you know?
No, that's so fair.
I was just saying, like, Sonoma is interesting just in the way that there's, like, weird little things about it, like the sand and the fact that, like, you can't speak to your drivers for part of it because it's so big and they lose, like, radio signal. But
that's fun.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't love Watkins Glen.
I'll agree with you on Coda. I think Coda
Coda's
for NASCAR is pretty tough watch. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm like, okay. So we're just like, you can just kind of do whatever, huh? Yeah, I mean, you can totally go off track and that's totally fine. Does Watkins Glen have grass around the track? I don't remember that much of Watkins Glen, so I'm going to keep an open heart. I think that could be fun. I think it's more fun on road courses when the consequence for going off the track is you're in grass.
Okay, that's fair.
Coda is too forgiving with the runoff, and I think that's what makes Coda very boring to me.
It's also way too long. Like, Coda is way too, even with the shortened track, it's still too long. Okay, you know what? I'll come back around on Watkins Glen, I think. Because there was that interesting...
Deliver a good Watkins Glen.
Yeah. And, like, I think the Chris Buescher SVG race to the end, that was really fun. And if we can recreate that probably every single time we go to Watkins Glen, I'd be more into it.
No,
okay.
That's true.
I'll keep an open mind. Sorry, Watkins.
She's coming back around. So do we want to speak on Carson Hocevar getting his first win in NASCAR?
Speak on it.
You pointed out a very symbolic way that this win came about.
Yeah, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. actually was pushing him in his final moments before his glory, which does feel a little bit like if you're NASCAR curious, they have a jaded history where Ricky Stenhouse and him have kind of gotten into it quite a few times. Ricky did threaten to, and I quote, beat your ass when we get back to the States at Mexico. So they've just, butted heads or butted like head to chest because Carson Hocevar is about 8 feet taller than Ricky Stenhouse. Anyways.
Can I play this fight that happened, but in Tamagotchi voice?
Yes.
Your house. You're a lockdown. You've got nothing to do. Why are you running into me a second time? I don't give a damn. No, I know. I don't give a damn. I'm gonna beat your ass when we get back to the States. Yeah, I know.
That is good.
I just wanted to paint the picture.
So it was cool that he pushed him. It's like enemies to lovers, like he was there in his low points and his high points.
Dude, I'm going to have to rewatch all of our episodes because we've talked about enemies to lovers so much this year. It's going to have to be one of the awards for Lapstown Awards. This year is like best enemies to lovers storyline.
And there's still so much more. Like, we're only 2 months into the year.
There's so much more we could do. Like, there's so many more enemies that could become lovers. Guys, you got to start kissing. You have to.
Please.
Please. I don't know when submissions are going to end and nominations are going to wrap up for Lapstone Awards, but if you want to get in, you have to start kissing your enemies. You have to. Kissing bumper to bumper, kissing on the lips, whatever you're comfortable with. I don't mind.
Whatever.
But honestly, really good for NASCAR that Carson won. Can I say, like, really good for NASCAR?
Yeah.
Like, he was in the Ride the Dente. It was at Talladega of all places. He did like the most amazing celebration. He's like such
After
like
about 15 minutes of fumbling the celebration, which like
Dude,
that was so good. If it was perfect, I would have. It wouldn't have hit as hard as it did when he was like, "I'm gonna figure this out. I have something planned."
I like it when like the commentators were like guessing, like surely he's trying to do something, and it was like a miming sort of situation. Like they were like, "So what do you think he's like trying to say?"
Charades.
And they're like, "Yeah," they're like, "I think he's like trying to maybe do a burnout." And they're like, "Well, you can do a burnout without like hanging out the window." And they're like,
hanging out the window.
He's gonna do a burnout hanging out the window. And they're like, "No, you can't do that." My question is do you have to be pressing on the pedal in order to
make the car go?
I mean, like the angle his legs would have been like really weird, right?
Yeah, but he's so like I think you did mention that he was height mogging.
I did text
because
you that. I
think
he was height mogging everybody.
He's the only person who could have done it because I think his foot was on the pedal. Like, it had to have been. Unless he had, like, something on the pedal that he was, like, pushing into it. I don't know. Hopefully he'll come out with the secrets.
Maybe that's what he was trying to, like, fiddle with. Is maybe he had, like, a stick.
You think he had, like, his helmet down there? And he was, like, kicking his helmet into the...
Oh, maybe that's what he did.
I don't know.
I like to think he had a stick in his car just in case he won. And he's like, "So I'm going to use this stick to press the pedal." And they're like, "Carson, you can't put a loose stick in your car."
He's such a goober.
He's like, "I'll tape it down. I'll tape it down." They're like, yeah, you have to tape the stick down because you can't have a wooden stake projectile in your car during the race.
Right.
That's what I like to think happened. I wasn't paying that much attention. I was just like so excited he won. And I was like, sorry, my cat found like a crinkly bag. I want to like die sometimes because I'm like, guys, I'm just trying to film this fucking podcast and everyone wants to be loud in my house.
Let him live.
I thought he was like stuck. I was like tuning
out
and then I tuned back in and I was like, is somebody gonna help him? I think he's stuck. And
I thought he was stuck too, and I was like, oh no, he's gonna like fall out of his car and break his collarbone or something again. We're gonna have to deal with it. They're gonna be like, no one under the age of 25 is allowed to celebrate.
They did say that like they were joking. They're like, there's absolutely gonna be a rule that comes out on Monday that this can never happen again.
Yeah.
Right? Didn't they make a rule that nobody can stand on the window net after Connor's accident, or did I make that up in my head?
No, that was AI. Yeah.
Oh, I got is what you're saying.
You got.
Fuck. Guys, I'm like a boomer. I'm very happy for Carson. Obviously, I'm a Carson fan. I think it's good that he won. I think. Do you think they've accidentally unleashed a monster? Now that he's won once, he's just gonna go crazy.
Yeah, I think he needed this under his belt, and now he's gonna be full instigator.
Hell yeah. Well, do you have anything else to say about NASCAR?
No.
Can I say something about Cletus? We're far enough in the episode. I think I can say something about Cletus.
I saw what you posted on Twitter.
You did? What did you think?
I did. I don't know if I can agree with you.
I think that, like, I'm ready after this weekend for us as a NASCAR society to move on from the need to talk about everything Cletus related. I can't give a shit anymore. Like, I'm just so over he shouldn't do this. He should do this. He's saving the sport. He's actually ruining the sport, blah, blah, blah. When we're talking about an ARCA race, guys, an ARCA race, please. Like, if we want to be like, oh, he's going to ride in a cup car, I could understand being like, probably not. We shouldn't do that. That's a bad idea. And like, I was kind of on board with people being like, he should not be in an Xfinity car because he hasn't done enough truck starts. And then NASCAR agreed with that. Let him do ARCA and trucks and stop fucking talking about it. Why is it that we have like somebody who won the race who's being booed by the audience? What? He didn't do anything to Cletus and they're booing him for winning. And then we have like amazing women in ARCA that are like getting taken out by Cletus and they're like, that's good, that's fine, he can do that. And then all we talk about after ARCA is Cletus. All the posts are about Cletus. Stop. You have to stop. We have to stop talking about Cletus. Nobody can care this much about a man named Cletus, right? I'm sure he's a nice guy, or maybe he's not. I don't know.
I don't know if he's a nice guy or not. I think my thing with him, because I a lot of the people around me who don't watch NASCAR know about Cletus and will say, like, I saw the clips. Yes, unfortunately, that's the only reason I would go against you, because I also don't really give a fuck about Cletus with love. With
like,
love.
no shade. I just
with
don't
love.
care. I don't care.
But I'm worried we're gonna like oversaturate the market, because he does a lot of really funny things, but that's when you have to be smart and be like, but is this funny enough to make like the clip of the week? Like, I don't think every post crash interview deserves to be like the clip of the week. He has so much good, like, the dude is fucking funny. The dude is funny.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's having a good time, which is great for the sport. But I'm like, you are going to wear him out. You're going to wear the novelty out. You have to be smarter about like what you post of him. Like, not everything needs to be like clipped and put up. But I don't know. I don't dislike Cletus, and I love his videos. Like, I watch him on YouTube. But I feel the same way, where it's like we're focusing, especially ARCA, when they have so many like, there's a lot going on.
Interesting
storylines
in ARCA. Like, I feel like space it out a little bit. Like, obviously this week he came in second. I think that's interesting. That's fine. But it's like 100%. Every week he can crash out the first lap and they still are only talking about Cletus. I'm like, well, he didn't do anything. True. Like, what are we talking about here?
Give him a spotlight, sure, because like that's kind of his purpose in the sport. But it's like, you can't give him a spotlight and then like just turn off the lights on everybody else. Yeah. It's like you have to find a little bit of a balance. And I don't think it's going to last very long. I think we are going to eventually be like, okay, we've run the Cletus course of marketing. We can just post like one video of him a week and be fine. Like, it doesn't have to be every single piece of content out of that series.
I think like when they're more strategic about it, like I liked it when they were like, we're going to do a Cletus live feed of his car camera. I'm like, that's cool, because his audience exists on YouTube. The feed was on YouTube. They were like, fuck yeah, this works. I like that. Mm-hmm. I don't like it when I don't even know the name of the person who won the ARCA race, because we didn't even talk about it. That's what I don't like. And I will say too, I've looked at the analytics for laps down. Weirdly, a lot of Cletus fans watch us after they watch a Cletus video. They click on laps down. In no way am I shading Cletus. I'm just saying, there's a lot of talent in ARCA. There's so much like storyline. Post the clip about Cletus, but then maybe post another clip about somebody else.
And I will say, one of the people who mentioned that they were like, who is the guy who is like going off about winning the I think they thought it was the O'Reilly race. And I was like, what? Did Corey Day go off about it? He's like, no, he was like really funny. And I was like, oh no, I'm like, that's a completely different series. So I'm like, you're not even using it to the point of being like marketing ARCA, which I feel like that should be the goal, is to market ARCA. Like, there's so much like confusion.
You could roll up if you have enough money in a car. You can just get out there. It's like like ARCA is kind of cool.
I mean, yeah, like, talk about ARCA. Like, it's the fact that a lot of people think he's either running Cup Series or O'Reilly. That's just like you're doing too much, but like not in the right way. Also, there's no way in hell that you are paying him enough to juice him like this. There's no
if
way.
I was Cletus, I would be like, cut me my motherfucking
I own the ARCA series now.
NASCAR. I own NASCAR, unfortunately.
I
own
am Jim France.
Sorry,
Or I guess
I own NASCAR.
Steve.
But I'm Steve. I'm Steve's right-hand man. I own this whole place. Because I see he also does like actual commercials and stuff now with them. Like those like promo-y videos they make. He's like in them. I'm like,
oh,
is
really?
He getting paid for this? Or
You
is he
best
doing
be
his
paying
charity
him.
work?
That man is carrying the series. Did you see that Jason Kelsey was on the pit crew for Corey Day and then they won?
See that. I think
Crazy.
that's another man that gets – I think that man is currently suffering from oversaturation. I think that this is an interesting thing that people don't know when to say, like, you have to stop.
We're doing too
Jason
much.
Kelsey, like, of course Jason Kelsey wants to do all these fun things, but he was literally just at the Masters, and now he's at NASCAR, and then next week he'll be somewhere else, and then how many weeks do we get him at the Indy 500? You know what I mean? Like, that's definitely happening. There's no way that's not. And the thing is will I take the free promo? I mean, do I think it would like do wonders for the sport? Yes. But is there a point where people are starting to get a little annoyed with Jason Kelsey being at everything?
I know the
Jason
golf
Kelsey
people
over Travis. No Travis, please.
I
don't want that one.
Yeah, well, duh. But I know that people were up in arms about him being a caddy, which, like, once again, I'm a golf hater to my core. So I was like, I don't really give a
environment.
It's horrible for the environment. Just like living near a golf course, like your chances of getting Parkinson's is significantly higher. And there's a golf course literally right over there. Yes. It's crazy.
Because of the chemicals they use?
Because of the chemicals they use. So
but
anyways,
if you live next to a shitty golf course that doesn't take care of the grounds very well,
then you're probably fine.
Better off, yeah?
Probably,
okay.
Yeah. I'm next to a kind of nice golf course, which I can't golf on because I'm not the bourgeoisie. Any hoozy. But I
don't have time for this.
Don't have time. But I was like, it at least makes sense for Jason Kelsey to be like pit crew at a NASCAR race because a lot of those are like retired NFL players. So I was like, had you not done the caddy thing and not had everyone pissed at you, this would have been sick. This would have been really, really sick. It's so funny that they ended up winning.
You know what? Fuck it. I will say it is cool because you're right that a lot of the guys on the pit crew literally have like the same background. Is like in another life. Sense he's there. In another life, he was on a NASCAR pit crew. If this if this whole football shit didn't work out as well as it did, like that could have been him.
Yeah, I mean, it still could. I think he's trying to find himself after retirement. Like, I've totally, like, explained this away where I'm just like, he's newly retired. Like, you just have to let him, like, figure out what his hobbies are. Like, podcasting isn't everything. Like, let him see if he can find another job. Like, he's trying to, like, live up to what she's putting out. And I get that. So, like, if he wants to maybe hop into NASCAR in the next couple weeks, like, fuck it. Let him run ARCA. Fuck it. You don't have to be an athlete to do it. So he's already won up on everybody.
Here's my thing. I don't want him to come across as a Jason Kelsey hater. I think I'm letting my hatred for Travis Kelsey kind of cloud that a bit. I really don't like Travis Kelsey, and it's not a Swiftie thing. If you're a Swiftie, delete the comment you were writing. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with
our audience are all huge Swifties. That's the market we work in.
It has everything to do with the way he is, and also I just hate the Kansas City Chiefs. Another time, we don't have time for it.
Fair.
Moving on. I think my hatred is clouding. I think Jason Kelsey, I like his wife. He's a girl dad. I think he also, because he was involved in the Masters thing alongside the Burt Chrysler guy, who I also don't like, I'm letting that cloud me a little bit.
What did Burt do?
Is that his name? The one that takes his shirt off all the time? I've already mentioned on this podcast. I don't really like him.
I don't like him.
I don't think it's funny to take your shirt off. Like
I thought it was funny the first time I saw his Netflix special because I think my older brother's really into like that kind of comedian. He showed it to me.
He's
and
part
I was
of
like,
that community.
Okay. He's part of that community. Bless his heart. He can quote all of those things. I was like, okay, this is funny. And then like I started watching some of his other stuff and I'm like, oh, he has like a severe alcohol problem. And we're all just being like really funny about it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. You and
I
I
don't
are
know.
the two woke friends sometimes. We can't be invited to these conversations.
know.
We're the two woke. I hate that we're the two woke friends, but we are the two woke friends. We're like, I don't like it. He has a drinking problem.
He has a drinking problem. It's very serious. It's getting out of control. He's exploiting his family and his daughters. I don't know. I just don't like it.
Okay, so it's 2 episodes in a row that we've talked about how we don't like Bert Chrysler. It's the 3rd one in the row that we've talked about tax evasion. Maybe even 4. I could say we've talked about it 4 times.
Well,
Probably.
3rd in a row, but we've definitely talked about tax evasion multiple times.
Guys, we're in like an endless loop, and we need the Indy 500 to come so it can break us out of it. We need to hatch and be reborn into a 3rd season officially of Laps Down, because I feel like we're like in like the Truman Show or something. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy month of May.
Happy month of May. Will this be up for the month of May? Like, what's the first day of May? How many days we got in April?
Friday.
Oh.
Friday's the first day in May.
You sure
That's
to pay
when
your rent, guys.
True. It's also May Day. Did you do May Day?
No, I didn't know what May. Can I be honest? I didn't know what May Day was until recently. It got brought up at work.
Oh,
I was like,
I don't know.
I didn't know what that was.
It used to be my favorite holiday. Also, Andrea and I both have a Indy 500 book coming on Friday. Because you pre-ordered it, right?
We do. Yeah.
So maybe you'll see something about that.
Yeah, we'll keep you updated. But be sure to read Overtaken first before we talk about that book that we just ordered. Well, with that, I don't think I have anything else to say about motorsports.
Me neither.
And MJ's dying again, so we're gonna.
I'm gonna die.
Okay, she's gonna die momentarily. Goodbye, everyone.